Okay, what we've done is the first section, which is a verse of the song. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the chorus of the song. In this Red Hot Chili Peppers, there's only two sections, the verse and the chorus. So we're going to play the verse so you can have a listen to the drum pattern.
She came back wearing a smile.
This section is also the same drum pattern. And we'll worry about the rolls and fancy bits of the drum programming later and get the main bits down. So coming up to here, the chorus, it goes into a disco pattern feel. And this is the section that we're going to program. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 2-bar drum pattern of the kick and snare. So I'm going to find where it starts. So it starts around bar 32, and I'm going to go to 33. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a kick and snare. This is just playing. And I'm just going to sequence those bits in first. Then I'm going to quantize it and make sure the timing's right. So I'm going to record it. So I've recorded the kick. I'm going to double click this. Command A, select 8th notes. When I do this, I'm going to put accents on the first beats of bar 32, bar 33. I'm going to press escape, go velocity tool, and make these a little bit louder because these should be accented. So when I'm playing it, it's just in like this, a little bit more realistic. And in fact, we might also accent these a little bit louder. Press escape, velocity tool, but not as loud as the kick drums on the first beat. What we'll also do is try to make this one same color as the snare. Press escape, velocity tool, click and drag my mouse up until it goes to like the same orange color. Escape, go back to pointer tool. So once it's done, it should sound like this with kick and snare. And depending how well you beat mapped, it should follow the song of the original tune. Next part we're going to do is the hi-hats, which are these 4 notes: F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. The F sharp comes in on every kick and snare, so it goes like this. And the G sharp and A sharp are alternating on top of this hi-hat. So you have to have 2 layers to program this. So the alternating parts of this one's G sharp and A sharp, which are on the kick and the snare. And what we're going to do first is we're going to sequence the F sharp first on this next track, which is down here. I'm going to press record, and the F sharp comes in on kick and snare, which is every beat. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight this, select the 8th notes, select each quarter note and make sure it's accented. Press escape, select velocity tool, click and drag it up to make sure it's up there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the sections in between. Whoops. These ones. And drag this up to the G sharp line, which is up here. And then in between these ones, I'm going to select all these and take this up to the A sharp line. So this is what a drum pattern should sound like. So that's the disco feel. It'll sound a bit weird because when you beat mapped it, it might be on time with the actual track. So when I play it with the original track, I'm going to click mixer, unmute it. because it sounds fine when it's playing to original Red Hot Chili Peppers, but by itself it will sound like it's out of time. What I'm going to do, copy, cut and paste the whole song, so you get an idea what this whole drum programming should sound like. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to color code these sections. To do this, I'm going to highlight these two regions, go to View, Colors, and I'm going to select this one as a blue. So I know that this drum pattern is only for the chorus. I'm going to select the cycle area window, press return to go to start. I'm going to zoom out and leave these ones green so we know that this section is the verse, this color is the chorus drum pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight all these. I'm not going to listen to it till after and then fine tune all my drum programming. So that's chorus done for this section. I'll highlight all this. This should be the chorus. I'll have a quick listen to original. So that came a bit too early. Should be coming on bar 60. Let's see where it finishes. And that goes back to normal drum pattern. See what the next chorus is. So this one comes in on bar 84. I'm going to highlight all this. Click and drag and put it here. And that's just a normal drum pattern. So I'm going to highlight all this. This is the main parts of the drum pattern here. And then fill these all in. So once I've done that, I'm going to work out the little fiddly bits like this open hi-hat coming into it. I'll play the original for you. See a little here on open hi-hat on the original. So I want to add the little bits and make it sound real. So this is my backing track for the drums. And this section we're going to find out where this cowbell comes in. This is original. This is my one here. I want to add all those fiddly bits in. So what I want to do is I want to have a listen to the whole song and find out where those bits come in and the rolls. So what I've done is I'm listening to the whole song and find out little bits. Here's one that comes in, original. It's a little hi-hat that comes in. So I'll put that in mine. This is my version. So I've add that in. At bar 30 onwards, you'll hear a little drum snare roll here. Coming right up now. And what I'm going to do is I want to add that in. The way I'm going to do this is I want to double click this. I want to move this across. And then I want to sort of sequence this inside here. So this is like a snare. So this is kick drum, this is a snare. So I'm going to move this loop pattern to bar 31. So the snare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this, click and drag this, and let's see if this fits in. So it's a bit too late. I want to drag this so it's on this 8th note. So this would probably be an 8th note. So I'm going to trim this, and drag and copy this, hold down option and click and drag. So that's a little snare roll leading into the chorus. So we've done that one now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue listening to this to see where other bits come in, just to make this whole drum programming sound a little bit more realistic. So I'm going to listen to the original.
We've got to make it rain somehow. She told me to.
So if you hear there, there's a crash.
She told me to. She told me to. She told me.
There's a crash that comes into there. 2, 3, crash. So I'm going to add that in. And I want to just mute these parts. And final crash. This might be this one. So I'll be this one. And this crash is on C sharp. I'm just going to add this in from here. So I'm going to add that in from there. So I'm going to record. And highlight this. Do the same thing. 8th notes. Play back to original. So that probably came in late. I'm going to highlight this, move it up to here. Listen to the original again, see where it actually comes in. And double click this. This actually comes on beat 36. So I'm going to unsolo this and I'll have a listen. And then we're going to continue finding more of the extra other bits in the song. From bar 38 to bar 41, before bar 41 there's a little snare roll on here. Coming right now. It's no snare, you can hear it. So I'm going to add that in onto the drum programming. So I'm going to click on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loop this section from bar 39 to bar 40. So there'll be a little snare run here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to press the scissors tool. I want to cut right here. Highlight this section and just delete it. And then I want to add the snare rolls here. So there's 3 snare rolls, so it's coming to there. 1, 2, 3. I'll have a listen. And that's it. I want to keep on listening to the song and find out where the other ones are. So once I've done, I've highlighted and altered some of the regions. Regions that have different colours to the main ones are the ones that have rolls in them, like this part. So there's a little snare roll intro, this one here also. This helps me from basically trying to program this in. I can just copy and paste and make little alterations using the piano just by double clicking. So these are ones that have little rolls in them. Same with this one here. So once we've done the drum programming, I want to get to recording real instruments. So this has to be completed. This will take another probably a week or a week and a half to get this down correctly before we'll continue to recording real instruments. and I'll go to the next tutorial and start making that for you.